Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm really excited to film this review video for you guys. I got the new Bridgerton fragrance yesterday. I was going to do a collective haul video for you guys that included this fragrance, but first I wanted to do a separate review video for this. I figured it would be helpful because I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of review videos floating around for this just yet, because yesterday when I went in the store, the associate told me that this was only going to be on the floor for 2 days. And I did see that it was only going to be online for 2 days as well. But what she said was that they were going to have this on the floor for 2 days. And then later they would come out with the entire floor set. So yesterday it was just like a smaller stand that this was on. So yeah, so they don't have the entire floor set out yet. That's what she said. That's what she said they're planning to do. So I decided that because of that, I would go ahead and do a separate review video for this particular fragrance because I figured it would be helpful for everyone. So I did see like a few days ago that Bath & Body Works had a surprise for everyone, and they had made an announcement on the app, and I saw it on Bonnie's channel, Queen of the Girl Geeks, where she was talking about it. She was talking about the announcement. We didn't know yet what they were going to be doing, but everybody was kind of thinking that it might be something Bridgerton related, and they were right, because it is. Bath & Body Works decided to do a collaboration with Netflix, and they are doing this Bath & Body Works with Bridgerton set that's coming out. And so like I said, I had heard about it like a few days ago was the last time I had seen anything about like the app announcement, and it didn't say directly what we were getting or anything like that. It was just hinting that there would be something new, but it didn't say directly what. And like I said, a lot of people speculated that it might have something to do with Bridgerton because of just the way the announcement looked, and also somebody said they were even playing Bridgerton music in the store. So yeah, so it ended up being a collaboration with Bridgerton, which, like I said, is a show on Netflix. I personally have not seen the show. If you guys have seen it, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you enjoy it. I have seen commercials for it, and it looks like something that I would enjoy, so I have thought about watching it. I know my mother mentioned wanting to watch it. We watch When Calls the Heart, which is another like historical fiction type show, and I'm pretty sure that Bridgerton is one as well, which is why I think I would enjoy it. I love anything that's historical fiction or like based in another time period, is what I'm referring to when I say historical fiction. I'm a reader, so I read a lot of historical fiction books, so that's kind of why I was describing the show that way. It's based in another time period, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, I've only seen the commercials for it. I've never actually watched the show. So let me know in the comments if it is. I know when I saw the commercials, it looked like it was based in another time period. So that piqued my interest. Now this says B&B up at the top. So if you guys are watching this and you've seen the show, maybe you know what this right here means. I'm not sure if it's like a Bridgerton emblem or if it's something to do with maybe a bed and breakfast that's on the show. Those were my original thoughts when I saw the label. But I don't know for sure because, like I said, I've never watched the show. If you do know, definitely let us know in the comments. That would be helpful because I am curious about what this right here is. But yeah, I think as far as the packaging, I think this is okay. I like the way they did the lid. I'm glad that it's something unique and different. And this is called Diamond of the Season. So I would think that they are meaning the season is spring. The season that they're talking about would be spring. Because this is a very springy fragrance in my opinion. So I think obviously that's what they're talking about. I think it's very obvious with the time that they're coming out with this and everything, and the way the label is with the flowers and the bee and the type of fragrance that it is. We'll get into the fragrance notes. Sparkling peach, spring daffodil, and radiant jasmine. So obviously a spring scent. Diamond of the Season. Does that mean that's going to be what they think is the best fragrance they come out with this season? Or I don't know. I'm not sure why they chose to name it that. Maybe that has something to do with the show as well. Again, I've never seen the show. If you know, let us know in the comments. Does that have something to do with the show Bridgerton? Or is that just something that Bath & Body Works decided to name this? So I'll repeat the notes for you guys. The fragrance notes are sparkling peach, spring daffodil, and radiant jasmine. So when I first sprayed this out and smelled of it, I was kind of like, this is nothing really that special. But I smelled it a few more times and decided that I did really like it. And it was slightly unique, but it just was, overall, it was just a good scent. To me, this is one of those fragrances that you wear when you just want to smell good. It definitely is giving springtime, which is another reason that I really like it. I love springtime fragrances. And I will say that the fragrance notes are they're blended very well together, so that you don't smell each individual thing so much as you smell the fragrance as a whole when you smell of this. But when I smell of it, like I said, I smell of this as a whole, but the peach does stand out in it for sure. Now, something that I thought was really interesting about this fragrance is I personally really like fragrances with honey notes in them. And so I have several fragrances, mist and perfumes that have honey notes. And what I thought was very interesting about this fragrance is it reminded me of a fragrance that has a honey note in it. Now, it could have a honey note, and it may just not be listed, because I think sometimes maybe Bath & Body Works has other notes that's in their fragrances that they don't list on the bottle, but I'm not sure about that. And it may not even have honey in it at all, but when I smell of this, sorry, I had to press something that popped up on my phone. When I personally smell of this, it reminds me in a way of a fragrance that has a honey note in it. It doesn't directly smell like honey, but it just kind of reminds me of a honey note or a fragrance with honey in it. Or it could possibly have honey in it and just not be listed. But I feel like that's something they would have listed if it was in here. So it's probably not even in there. And really, it's more just that it reminds me of a fragrance that has a honey note in it. It doesn't necessarily smell like honey, but it's very similar. And I thought that was very interesting, especially with a bee being on the front and this being a springtime fragrances. I love honey notes. I like them year round, but I think in the spring they're very special. And I know I have some of my own that I'm looking forward to wearing in the spring. This might would pair well with the other honey fragrances that I have. I don't know, but I'll probably definitely try it out. See if I can enhance what I'm smelling in this. It smells a little bit like honey. Again, it's not the same thing as a honey note, but it reminds me of it. And I thought that was very interesting. Something that stood out to me when I first read the fragrance notes was sparkling peach. And I was kind of like, at first, before I smelled the fragrance, I was a little bit put off by that because I was afraid this was going to be another like bubbly, overly bubbly fragrance, which I have had so many bubbly fragrances, similar to Champagne Toast, but not the same thing, that I kind of got wore out from those fragrances. I actually ended up returning some that I had that had bubbly notes in them because I was just so over it, not just from Bath & Body Works, but other places too. So I was a little bit concerned that it was just going to be another bubbly fragrance, but this isn't really bubbly in my opinion. Definitely not in the ways that the fragrances are that, I know I didn't name specific names, but they were, some that I had in my collection, and they were just all like so bubbly and so similar to Champagne Toast. And I just kind of got over some of those and returned them. I was afraid this was going to be like the same type of vibe, but it's definitely not. It's really good. I did spray the lid, so I'm going to smell this again. I'm going to lay down. So yeah, so it's clean, it's sweet, it's very springy. The peach stands out. This is just really good. This is a unique fragrance. It's nothing, I wouldn't say that it's like groundbreaking or anything like that. It's just a unique, sweet, pretty, enjoyable fragrance. I would say this is an easy reach fragrance. It's absolutely perfect for spring. So when I first was talking about the name, when I was like, I guess they mean spring. Obviously, they mean spring. I didn't mean for it to sound like I was questioning, what season they were talking about. Obviously, I do think they're talking about spring here. But I was just, I'm not sure where I was originally going with that, but I am curious about the name when it says Diamond of the Season. Like, what do y'all think they mean by that? Is that something related to the show, or is that just a cute name they came up with? This is really good. And, yeah, and I don't know if they're directly saying it's the best one that they intend to come out with this season, because, they did also come out with, what's the new signature fragrance that just came out. I think it's called In Full Bloom. I smelled of that yesterday. It's absolutely amazing. So good. So that's probably not what they're referring to by this, that this is like the best one. It's probably just a cute name they came up with. Or it's related to the show. Either way, I do like this fragrance. I think people are going to enjoy it. I think that it's more than likely going to be a crowd pleaser, but, there's always things that, you might like and enjoy that other people are not going to like and enjoy, and you might think that a lot of people are going to like it, whereas a lot of people don't end up liking it. So, that would be up in the air because of how, since I've been really into fragrance and I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and things like that, I've learned that definitely not everybody likes the same things. Like, you can think that something is really, really good and think that everybody's going to like it, and then there's going to be people that don't like it at all. But I personally really like this. It's clean, it's sweet, it's springy, it's really nice. And again, it's one of those fragrances that I think you reach for whenever you just want to smell really good. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Also, subscribe to my channel and make sure you turn on your notification bell. That way you are notified every time I upload a video. And also, if you guys have tried the fragrance, let me know in the comment section. I hope y'all have a great day and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.